Welcome back to another episode of Exploring Whiskeys. Again, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kevin, and today we have it's kind of an interesting whiskey. More because who makes it than what it's called or what it is. This is the 5 Trail Blended Whiskey. What makes this fun is from the Coors Whiskey Company. What? Molson Coors. They decided to start playing in the whiskey world with...
Why not?
Makes sense. It's so hot right now. It totally makes sense. And they partnered with the right people. So it's all sourced and blended. And it is all, they did it with Bardstown Distilling Company.
And there's some stuff from Indiana.
There's a little bit of everything. There's some Colorado. There's some Indiana. There's some Kentucky. There's a little everything in this. This almost is like a Discovery series.
Kind of, yeah.
But not quite as old. There is an old one in here. So they do share the whole thing. So there's 15% of a 4-year-old Colorado single malt. Colorado. That's probably Stranahan?
I would assume so, yeah.
So probably, maybe a Stranahan.
We've had one other one from Colorado. What was the other one we had?
Yes, we did, and I don't recall.
It'll be up there.
Yeah, we'll link that up there. Exactly. We've got 35% of a 4-year-old Kentucky 4-grain bourbon. Mm-hmm. I'm not even sure. I guess Bardstown probably has a 4-grain bourbon that they do. This has 45% of a 4-year-old Indiana wheated bourbon. And I know MGP does a wheated bourbon. Probably this one. And 13-year. Only 5% of the whiskey is 13-year Kentucky bourbon.
Which is interesting because it's 5 Trail, but there's only 4.
There's only 4 whiskeys in it.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, the 5th Trail is the water.
Yes, and then they proof it down using Rocky Mountain water. Go Coors Light.
Yeah. Which, if I'm going to sit there and drink beer all day, that's one of my favorites.
Okay, well, there you go. I don't.
You don't like Coors.
I don't really like light beer all that much. I mean, but no, Coors is not high on my list.
So this one I did see on social media a couple weeks ago, and it caught my eye. And my wife was at Total Wine the other day, and she's like, "Is there anything I can get you?" And I'm always like, "Yeah, if they've got like a really good store pick that they're advertising, pushing, grab it." And she's walking the aisle, like there was nobody up front like giving tasters. Not that she would taste it; she hates bourbon.
Yeah.
But I was like, "Wait a minute, I want to try this because I'm a Coors fan. I've been to Golden, Colorado. Haven't been able to do the tour yet because it was too freaking crowded when I was there to do it. The line was too long. So I was like, you know what, get this. I've only seen one review, and it could have gone either way. The guy was just kind of in the middle.
Iffy. Yeah.
So I was like, get it. I want to try it. We're going to do it on the show. So
there you go.
Here we go.
Now. All right, so Source Whiskey. It's 95 proof. It's a blend of ages. So the youngest one is 4 years. So
oldest is 13.
Oldest is 13. $60 MSRP.
It was $57.99.
Okay, 60-ish bucks.
My wife told me it was 40. She's always a rounder downer though.
That's a rounder, way downer.
Yeah. Ethanol on the nose.
Yeah.
But there is some
a sweet note of vanilla.
But you got to really get through the ethanol to get to the sweet note.
Yeah, it is a little aggressive. I got a little bit, like, if I'm nosing, like, literally at the top, like, not even putting my nose in there, a little of the malt note comes through.
Okay.
I'm getting a little of that cereal malty note, sweet cereals.
The palate is really sweet, I think. And you get a little bit of burn at the end. I get almost the, those cowtails. That has the caramel.
Creamy and caramel. Yep. I could definitely, there's a creamy note to this.
And it kind of coats your tongue.
Yeah, there's a oily, creamy mouthfeel to this. It's nice. Yeah. I like the body to it. It's really sweet. And there's just a little bit of a baking spice type cinnamon. It's almost cinnamon at the very end of it. And kind of, that's what comes down the esophagus.
So if you get a burn from a Colorado, what do you call it? Stream? A Colorado stream? An avalanche?
Ooh, I like that. I mean, it's the hockey team and everything. And as soon as that hockey team came out, I was like, that's a good name. That's a good name. But yeah, I get a little Colorado avalanche. It's not it's just like a little warmth that kind of comes right down the middle.
I like the palate more than the nose.
Yeah, the nose.
The nose comes off young and just ethanol.
It's and a little flat. Like there's not a lot of depth in the nose.
I think water is going to improve this one.
Probably. It'll probably open it up a touch. This just came out late 2021. So they just started doing this.
And I didn't even see anything about it until 4 weeks ago.
Okay.
Never even saw it on the shelf. Here.
But for a first go, all right, and it's not a first go. For a first go for Coors, yes, this is a pretty good release.
But when you partner with Bardstown.
When you partner with Bardstown, those people know what they're doing. So it's almost like you partnered with somebody that just knows exactly how to blend things. It's underwhelming is what the nose is. It's just underwhelming. Compared to the palate. The palate has
really good.
A couple different layers. Like there's a caramel note, there's a vanilla note, there's a creaminess to it. There's a touch of a baking spice towards the end that kind of comes down and warms through the chest. All that's great. The nose is just like, nose, thumb down. Everything else, pretty solid thumb up. That's not bad. Now, if the water can open the nose up just a touch, and at 95 proof, a little bit of water probably doesn't hurt it if it does the right things to it.
I get more ethanol.
Didn't do good the right things to it.
No, I got way more ethanol.
Really? Just totally pop that open. Yeah. Wow. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost young smelling now. Like the amount of ethanol and kind of a greeny.
Like that's a waste of a 13-year. If you.
Yes. Yeah.
Everything else is 4.
Yeah, that's a good
You
point.
might as well just stuck with that. Well, I mean, with water. Without water.
Right. No, without water it's fine. Again, the nose was
All right, let's see.
underwhelming.
I'm thinking it's gonna be sweeter.
It almost gets to the point where it's a little young smelling, a little green smelling. More of the grains are coming through with the water.
It's smoother, but I lose that caramel, that vanilla. I get like baking spice.
It's
I like it without water.
a little muted.
I like without water.
I agree. It's a little muted. I'm not getting the avalanche.
I get more of a tingle
Okay.
all the way around the mouth. A little bit of warmth.
Are you getting the warmth? I kind of lost the warmth compared to the neat.
But I lose the whole like that cattail, the caramel, and that powdery sugar vanilla. I don't get that.
Yeah, the sweetness kind of dulled.
Yeah.
I got a little more baking spice there.
Yeah,
On that
the
second
baking
taste,
spice
I got
is-
very cinnamon. It kind of became one note. It just
Yeah, no water for me.
it shallowed it out.
No water. No water.
No, neat. This is really solid whiskey. It's very solid whiskey. With the water, not as much. In a cocktail, probably fine. I can't. I think this would hold up pretty well to a cocktail.
I would love to have been in the meeting with MGP and then Bardstown to make this.
Yeah.
Because it says on here, like, it's pioneers in Kentucky and Indiana.
Yeah.
So you can do the process of elimination there.
More than likely.
But, I mean, just to... And then they're pulling something from Colorado because they talk about the malted barley from out there.
Right.
Which for me, again, to your point, I think it's probably Stranahan's, which is great. Like,
yeah, we enjoy it.
Yeah, we
absolutely
really enjoy that one. But yeah, I would just like to have been a fly on the wall for the meeting of the minds for this concept.
Blending it something
but
together.
for this concept, it's like,
And it's not like Coors doesn't have the dollars
right
to be like,
Yeah,
I
you know,
need
they-
you and you and you to help me make our new whiskey.
yeah, I mean, but to sit down and like MGP's like, hey, here's what we would recommend. Here's whatever, 6 barrels. And then Bardstown's like, here's 4 that we would recommend. And then Stranahan's like, yeah, here's...
Yeah. Yeah, there is batch numbers, but dear Lord, do they make them more complicated than anything I've ever seen for a batch number. 01 CWC 21-A. What?
Yeah.
Why is it not like batch 1, batch 2, batch 3? Like, what is all of that crap? Maybe the whole beginning doesn't matter. Or maybe this is batch 21. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
Neat. Pretty solid. The nose was underwhelming. The palate was good. The finish was decent. With water, less interesting.
Yeah.
And that's about it. I mean, it's not bad. It's just less interesting.
And I actually don't mind the price on this one. Mid-50s, high 50s.
At 95 with blending a couple different things and the fact that they're...
When you know MGP and Bardstown are behind it.
Yeah. Yeah, you got solid people blending this.
There's not garbage in here. I mean,
right. Yeah. You're getting pretty solid whiskeys that are going to be blended into this.
So yeah,
it's fine. It's pretty good.
$40 to $60 is kind of my wheelhouse.
Yeah.
I got to be convinced of the 80, the 90, the 100.
Understood.
So
I
no
get
problem
that.
pulling the trigger on something like that.
Yeah, 40 to 60 is pretty easy to be like, all right, I want to try it.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I want to know that I'm going to get something pretty solid out of that. So it's there. It's pretty solid. $60. It's interesting. If you're a Coors Light fan, why not? Why not? Have it and
the silver boulet.
Something to talk about. It's definitely a conversation guy. I mean, the fact that it's driven by Coors, but
it's
backed by legit whiskey people.
Right.
So
yeah, you got a beer maker that knows that
they know brewing and distilling and marketing.
But they understand that this is an extremely hot
market right now.
Yeah. Let's get in.
Yep.
So, and they got, like you said, they got the money to do it. For mid-50s to $60, it's not that bad.
No. Neat. Recommend neat. If you're going to drink this, neat is more than likely the way to roll.
So I'll be interested to see what the next one that they put out.
Yeah. Watching the batches, do they do a different blend?
If you're working with Bardstown, I would assume there's going to be some different blends.
They like to change some things up. Yes, they do.
Which is great. I love the mad scientists. There's the different blends.
Yep.
I'm good with that. Well, it's kind of a nod to the scotches, because they just pull stuff from different distilleries and
a blended scotch can have or a ridiculous number of different distilleries showing up in there.
More so than
way more than the 4 plus some water.
So maybe it's kind of maybe that's the trend over here.
Start blending more.
Yeah.
Maybe. A whole new category of whiskeys right there. Blended whiskey.
I'm all for it.
Hell yeah. Blended bourbons, blended...
Just price it accordingly, or appropriately.
Appropriately, yeah. I like that.
This is the first 5 trail.
Yeah.
I would assume there's going to be more.
Probably.
And we hope there's more.
Yeah.
Especially in that price range.
Continue to tweak and refine.
Refine.
They're on the right ballpark, but they, again, have
Keep
great
the
partners.
price point below what Bardstown is.
Yes. Agreed.
If you keep it down there, I think
keep it
this
below
one,
Fusion. So
this one will do, I think this label will do really well if you keep it at that similar price point.
Yeah, in the 50s to 60s, it's a good point to be.
Thanks for joining this review. Hope you enjoyed it. I guess if you didn't, let us know why.
Yeah.
What don't you like about this?
What could we improve in our reviews?
Or what did we miss? Or to Kevin's point, like what can we improve on? We want to learn both sides.
Absolutely.
Both sides of it. I mean,
we want to learn more about whiskey, and we want to learn more about what you want to hear from us.
Again, and also if there's another Colorado whiskey out there that we don't know of besides Stranahan's.
Yeah, I know there's another one I can't think of.
And the other one we've already done, but can't think of it right now. But
80 Law? Is that the one in Colorado?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some other. Well, I have one we haven't done yet, the Warrior, that I brought back from Steamboat.
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah, we haven't done that one.
Haven't done that one.
So we know there's other ones in Colorado.
But
so let us know.
For single malt, Stranahan's known, very known as a single malt in Colorado. So anyway, whatever.
Well, again, thanks for joining. If you enjoyed it, we encourage you to hit that like button at the bottom of the screen.
And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We put out content like this about twice a week, and where we review whiskeys that we've found in our journeys or as we visit stores.
Yeah. So, well, thanks for joining.
See you on the next episode.
Cheers.
Cheers.